Hello, and I'm Rhonda Schappert with Winning Through Pageantry. Today's purpose of this DVD is to cover some of those questions many of you have when we're working on our telephone coaching. Beautiful thing about telephone coaching is that we can work on your interview skills, we can develop that all-important bio, but it's a little hard for you to see what I'm doing in terms of modeling. So since we have access to this wonderful stage today, I'm going to show you the very basics about stage presence, projecting out to your audience, modeling in your formal wear, your bathing suit, that casual wear, and how to use a microphone for your on-stage introduction. So let's get started. Now in this section, we're going to cover the importance of having great posture and alignment, foot position, and just your general presence when you're standing still on stage for comparison judging, or when you're speaking to the judges, the audience, or doing your on-stage introduction. So with the help of my helper here, this would be the positioning of the body alignment and foot position of a younger girl or a tween, okay? So first let's talk about alignment. Very first thing I'm going to have her do is turn to the side. Now, first thing that you notice is that you want to be lifted through your torso, right here. I'm going to ask her to go way up on her tippy toes, because when she does that, go way up, Maria, way up on those toes. Her alignment automatically adjusts. Everything is in perfect alignment. She's lifted, straight. Now gently lower your feet until they touch the floor. And stay lifted. Don't, as you lower, sink into it like that, okay? So go up on those toes again. Good, relax, and down. Good, now let's turn to the front. Now let's talk about the arms, hands. One of the good tips that I give is take your middle finger and you gently touch like where that side seam is on your jeans or on your pants. And you want your fingers nice and relaxed. You don't want them claw-like or spread like a duck or stick straight like this. It's just a very soft seam. And they go right at your side, and you'll definitely want that middle finger to be on the side seam, okay? Now the other thing, we never want to stand straight on to the camera or to the judges like this. We look our absolute widest like this, right? Right, yeah. We don't like that. So what we need to do is slightly angle our body. So hips go to the diagonal, and you're going to twist your shoulders ever so gently forward. See immediately how that reduces your waist? I'll show you on an adult body here. So facing the front, turning. And with women and teens, we can pop that downstage leg, the one that faces the judges, to highlight that hourglass or that S shape, okay? But young girls, you don't want to pop that knee. You would want to pop that knee when you're doing swimsuit and in your evening gown, especially if you have one of those nice slips, okay? Show off your legs. Let's get back to what children and tweens need to do. So you'd be nice and lifted, and we're lifting from right here, not with the shoulders. It's amazing when I tell girls, lift up. The first thing they do is go like this. So we need to keep our shoulders relaxed, lift from the stomach or your core, and relax right here. There you go. Head nice and aligned, hands relaxed, hips slightly at the angle, and twisting your shoulders forward. There we go. Good. Now you can either do like Maria's doing with your right foot in your arch, or you can do your left foot. Unless the choreographer or the pageant specifically tells you, it'd be good for you to practice both ways, okay? But usually one side feels more comfortable than the other. So get used to practicing it both ways. So this is what we look like on the left, and let's switch and twist and face the front on the right. Good. Very nice. It's really important, here I'll turn sideways, if you start seeing this position as you're working with your daughter, or if you're videotaping, or your husband, or whoever you're working with, starts to see this thing stick out, I want you to think about when you take out a new pair of jeans out of the dryer, and you get into them, and you go to zip that zipper. You immediately tuck your hips gently under to zip your pants. It's a little hard to feel, right? So get that fanny underneath, go up on your toes, that'll help. Zip, and keep that lift from like that. Again, women, you can pop this a little bit more, and you want to keep those hands at your side. You don't want them out like this. This is what you start seeing in the figure competitions, which is great for that area of competition, but it's not what we want to see in pageantry. We want more of a model and graceful way that we stand. Okay, so this is to the left and to the right. Now we're going to cover a couple basic turns. We're going to do a step-step turn to face upstage, and then step-step turn to face back to the front. Are you ready, Maria?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so let's start with our right foot first. So we're standing in our pretty feet position, or our model stance, and we go. Step, step, turn, and step, step, turn. Now, I want to point out a couple quick things. If you're doing a pageant like Cinderella, a Little Old Miss, a couple of those pageants that really want a very straight modeling, no frills, just very basic modeling. When you do your turn, do your Cinderella turn, what we did for Cinderella. Okay? Okay, so you go step, step, turn, and step, step, turn. Good. Once you turn, you want to hold that position for like 1001, 1002. So watch the timing. And step, step, turn, and step, step, turn. Good. Now another thing I want to point out is when you're turning, the timing is really important. You don't want it to be so fast that you feel your hair whipping in the wind, okay? So when you do your step, step, turn, step, step, you want it to be very smooth. Turn, okay? That's for a more mature contestant. And also little girls can do that too. So take a little bit more time with your head. Ready? Relax your hands. Relax. And step, step, turn. And step, step, turn. Good. Again, you're going to want to practice this doing it both directions. So then you can start with your left foot, practice it. Step, step, turn. Step, step, turn. Okay, so let me show you with the older contestant what that would look like. Thank you, Maria.
You're welcome.
Okay. You can take a little bit more time with your head. Watch the timing. Your head is independent of your neck and the rest of your body. What you don't want to see is this. Step, step, everything frozen. Okay, that it just looks too stiff. You want it to be lifted, still level, but when you do it, step, step, you're looking at the judges, and give them one look, step, step, spot the front first, and then the body comes. So when you're going to the back, body goes first, head is the last thing. Head first, body last. So watch the timing to kind of get a sense. I'm not going to speed this time. Now that would be an elegant walk if you wanted to take a little bit more time with your gown. If you were doing swimsuit, you could be a little bit more upbeat. So that would look like this. Okay? So you really got to kind of play with it. You have to know what area of competition you're doing. In that gown, they want to see elegance. They want you to float and move, and it's a beautiful, very graceful, classy moment. With your casual wear and your swimsuit, you can have a little bit more flair. So when we were standing in pretty feet like this, if you're down like this, hands to your side, you can also bring that hand gently on your hip for bathing suit. And in some pageants, you'll see, like USA, even with some gowns, they'll put their hands back like that if there's a pretty feature or something that they want to accentuate. But in some pageants like Mrs. America and some of the married women's, they want straight modeling. They don't want a whole lot of flair and working of the dresses that you would see in the USA or the Universe system, okay? So let me show you what that would look like from this direction. Step, step, turn, step, step, turn. And you always want to stop hitting that diagonal. You never want to hit like this and then have to shift. So you need to practice that turn. So that was a basic step, step, turn, step, step, turn. And if you just say that in your head, you'll have real